Okay, so I have shared the screen. Just let me know once you're able to see it, okay?
Yeah, miss, I can see.
Okay, so let's get started. Okay, let me just zoom in a bit just so it's more clear. Okay, so this is the very first question. And yes, I don't think that we'll be able to finish this past paper, and that's completely fine. Our goal is to understand every question completely, and number of questions does not matter, right? So I want you to be very fair with yourself. If you're not able to understand anything, even if I'm repeating it for the third time, for the fourth time, you have to ask me again. That means I'm not able to understand it, okay? I don't mind such
Yeah,
things.
miss.
Okay, so let's read this first question. The line L1 has equation this. The line L2 has equation this. Now we already know that any straight line has equation of this form: y equals mx plus c. So far we haven't read the question. I'm just telling you, just so before reading the question we know the background, right? And this is the slope of that line, and this is the intercept, right? Y-intercept particularly. Okay. Are you familiar with this?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Given that L1 and L2 are perpendicular, okay. Now, do you know the relationship for perpendicular lines? Let's say L1 and L2 are perpendicular, so
Yeah, I
these
think the gradients of the two lines multiplied to give negative.
and the, yes, -1, right?
Yeah,
Okay, right. So let's read the question now. Okay. So this is L1, this is L2, and M is a constant, that is the slope of L2. Given that L1 and L2 are perpendicular, find the value of M. So we need to find the value of M. For finding the value of M, we know that these two lines are perpendicular, so we will use this relationship. M1 into M2 is -1. Now this M2 is basically the slope of L2, right? Which is M in this case. We'll get this. Okay. So for this, we need to find M1. And Mikal, how can we find M1? How can we find M1? M1 is the slope of this line. So this equation is
yeah, yeah.
2x plus
So
4y minus 3 equals 0. Now, if I rewrite this equation in this form, I would know the slope of L1. Okay. So for this, I need to take
yes,
2x,
so you would rearrange.
yes, such that y becomes the subject, right? So I will have minus 2x
Yeah,
plus 3, and y would be minus 2 by 4x plus 3 by 4. Okay, so this implies that M1, that is slope of L1, would be -1 by 2, right? If slope of M1 is -1 by 2, what is the slope of M2? M1 dot M2 is -1. M1 is -1 by 2 into M2 equals -1. So I'll take all this to the right side and I'm going to get M2 equals 2. So the value of M is 2, right? So are we clear? Any question?
yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the second part is
No, miss, but can I ask you to slow down?
yes, yes.
Can you just like stop for a second? My internet's very bad, so can I just swap over? Just
Okay,
give me one
okay.
second.
Yes, sure, sure, sure. Okay. Okay, so I've shared the screen again.
Yes, all clear until now.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so the second part is find the x coordinate of P. Okay, what exactly is P? Lines L1 and L2 meet at the point P. Okay, so this means that if we solve the equations of L1 and L2 simultaneously, we would be able to find x and y, and that x coordinate would be the x coordinate of point P, right?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, okay,
So
so
you would equate the two equations to each other?
yes, okay, so let's just write down the equations first. We have,
Yep.
okay, this is what we have for L1. L1 is y equals minus 1 by 2 x plus 3 by 4, and L2 was y equals 2 is m x plus 7. Let's just confirm that as well, because in maths, if you make such mistakes, everything is messed up at the end. So yes, we are right. Okay, this is the equation for L1 and this is the equation for L2, right? M is 2,
Yes.
so we will use m equals 2 for writing down the equation of L2. Okay, now we can solve it simultaneously. Okay, in this
Yes.
case, we are only interested in finding out the values of x. So y equals this and y equals this. So we can simply equate y equals y. So we will have minus 1 by 2x plus 3 by 4 equals 2x plus 7. And now, sorry about this. Okay, and now I can take 4. This would be minus 2x. I have taken 4 as LCM, so 2 into 2 is 4. So I need to multiply 2 with the numerator as well, plus 3. Are you clear with this step?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, then I'll take this 4 to that side. So minus 2x plus 3 equals 4 into 2x plus 7 minus 2x plus 3 equals 8x
Yes.
plus 28, and I'll take 8 to this side and 3 to that side. So this is going to give me minus 2x minus 8x equals 28 minus 3. So this implies minus 10x equals 25. So x would be
Yep.
minus
Minus 2.5.
2.5, right? So this is the x coordinate of point P. So any questions so far?
No.
Okay, perfect. So like, are you noting this down or you want me to stop or what?
No. No. I'm writing. I'm writing it in my book.
Okay, so
Or like.
are you done with like writing it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so we can discuss the second question. Okay. Okay. Um, Find using algebra all real solutions to the equation 1 and 2. Okay. So are you familiar with complex numbers?
Uh, I'm not sure.
The iota thing.
Yeah, no, I don't know what. No, no, we
Okay.
haven't done that.
Okay, okay, that's okay. That's not even needed. I was just trying to tell you a concept related to this. Okay, now in maths, so far you know that the difference in real solution and when we say that no real solution is that whenever you come across under root minus something, you write no real solution, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this is what a complex number is. Okay. So forget about this. When you will study that, we'll talk about it at that time. Okay. So this is the question, and we need to solve the equation. Okay. Whenever we have been asked to solve any equation, we need to find the values of the unknown. Now in I, the unknown is A. So let's write down
Yeah.
I part. Okay. It is 16a square equals to under root a. Now, in order to find the value of a, this under root is very annoying. So we need to square both sides just so we get rid of this under root a. And this
Okay.
way I will get 16 square a to the, I have 2 already. So 2 and 2 would become 4 equals 2 square
Two, two
into
squared A.
a. So this is 16 square. Let's just write 16 square. A to the 4 equals 4a square. Okay. And now, sorry, it's not a square, it's a. It's a only. It's only a. Okay. And now I will have a to the 4 by a. I can take a to this side equals 4 divided by 16 square. And you are going to get a cube equals 1 by 64. Okay. And now when you find a by taking the cube root, you are going to get a equals 1 by 4, right? So calculators are allowed. So you would be able to do it easily, right? So all you have to do is take out your calculator, find the cube root of 1 divided by 64.
60.
So that
Yeah.
would be 1 by 4, okay?
Yes.
Okay. So we are done with the I part. Let's do the second part here, right in front of the first part. So for the second part, we have this equation. Okay. Okay. So do you know how to solve any equation with the power 4? Like, have you done
Yeah.
that?
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah.
Okay. But okay, so how do you do it? Like, what is your method?
We learned to make it into a, like it's a disguised quadratic.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Exactly, exactly, exactly. Okay. Yes. Right. So we can write A equals B square,
B squared.
and this
Yeah.
way we will have A square plus 7a minus 18 equals 0, right? And
Yes.
now we need to think of two numbers such that when I multiply them, I get minus 18a square. And when I add them, I get 7a. So can you think of
2 and
such
9.
numbers?
2 and
Okay,
9.
very good. Andrea, what sign is going to come? Because we have minus here. So
X x minus 2 and x plus 9.
yeah, okay, but we are doing it stepwise. So we should write 9a plus, sorry, minus 2a, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And we will get
Miss, is it necessary to show this step? Because we just
um
that.
honestly speaking, it totally depends. Like for this question, we have 4 marks. So I personally think that you should, because you will be awarded 4 marks for this question. So I think you
Okay.
should, because it's just an extra step. So I think it's okay. You can manage this in time.
Yeah,
Equals
okay, okay.
0, and you have to take a common. plus 9 minus 2, a plus 9 equals 0. And finally, we have a minus 2 into a plus 9 equals 0. Okay, so a equals 2 or
A equals
a
minus 9.
equals minus 9. Okay, so like, should we stop here? Are we done?
No, no, no.
Yes. So this is what we this was our substitution. So we need to write down b square equals 2 and b square equals minus 9. So b would be plus minus under root 2, and this b would be again plus minus under root minus 9. But if we look at the question again, we were
It
asked
says
to
B
find real solutions only, right? So
only
this
plus
is,
square root of
yes, this is not a real solution. So we'll write these two only. Okay, so this is the answer. So anything which you would like to ask in this question?
no.
Okay, so you have understood it, right? Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
Let's talk about the third question then. Okay. Given that k is a constant, find integration of a function with respect to x, simplifying your answer. Okay. Now we have to integrate a function. What is the function? 4. Okay, so whenever you have to integrate a function, try rewriting the question this way.
Yeah, 4x to the power of minus 3.
Yes, 4x to the minus 3 plus
Yes.
kx dx. Okay, right. So for integration, we know that we add 1 to power and we divide it with new powers. This would make it x to the minus 3 plus 1 would be minus 2 divided by minus 2, right?
Yes.
Plus k x square by 2 plus c, because this is gender integration, we do not have any limit, so we will write down the constant. Okay, and
Yep.
let's just simplify it a bit. We will have minus 2 x to the minus 2 plus k x square by 2 plus c. Okay, so is
Yeah,
it
okay.
clear?
Yes.
Okay, this is the integration, and now we have to hence find the value of k such that this equals 8. Now obviously this hence is telling us that we need to use the first part, right? And what is the first part? This is the answer of first part. We need to use this integration. Okay, so this
Yes.
function is same as what we had in the first part, so we need to, this was the first part and now we're doing the second part. This was the answer of first part.
Yes.
Now in this time around we don't have to use this c because we have limits, and this is a definite integral, so we don't use this constant whenever we have limits, right? Are you familiar with this?
No, I don't think I've done this or I haven't.
Okay,
Or
okay,
maybe
I'll
I
tell
just
you.
don't remember.
Okay, okay, that's okay. So whenever you have an expression just like this one and you have been asked to integrate it, okay? So what is the difference in part 1 and part 2? In part 1 you don't have numbers here, right? You don't have
Yeah,
numbers
yeah.
here, you don't have limits here. So you write your solution with a constant. But in the second part, you need to use the first part and find the value of k. So you haven't done integrals of this type with powers here and here?
I don't think so.
Okay, okay, let's go that. We'll learn that today, okay? So you know this thing. You know how to integrate an expression, but you don't know how to
Yes.
integrate an expression with two numbers here. Okay, I'll tell you. That's very simple. So everything is same. Like the first step, if you had this question only, if you had this question only, the first step is to integrate the internal function the way we did in the first part, right? So we have
Yeah.
this expression. So we have to integrate it first. And once we have integrated it till here, since we have limits, okay, whenever we have limits and whenever we have limits, we call it a definite integral. We don't write this C, okay? So we will just write our answer till this part and then the limits 2 and 0.5. Okay, I'll rub this again and I'll explain this in a better way.
Okay.
Okay. Now, basically in this, forget about what we have to find in second part, forget about this K and all that. Okay, let's not talk about that. We are talking about integrating this expression. Okay, so how do we do it? We write down the integral again to 0.5. Again, we
Yes.
write it this way, plus kx dx. Okay, and step 1 is to integrate this expression the way you know, okay, the way we have been doing. Forget
Yeah.
about this 2 and 0.5, just integrate it the way we did in first part. So again, this would be 4x to the minus 2 divided by minus 2 plus k x square by 2.
Over.
Okay,
Yeah.
and okay, all right. Now since we have integrated this, once we have integrated it, obviously it is senseless to write the integral sign, right? So we put a line here like this. We write down this number here and this number here. Okay,
Okay.
right. But don't worry, it's very easy. Okay, it's not that different. I'll make a proper line. So this is what we get after integrating it the way we are used to, and this is the line which we put. Okay, why? I'll tell you. But the difference is that whenever we have a simple integral without this and this limit, we write C here, okay? But here, since we had these limits, we don't write C here, okay? Are you clear with the difference?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Okay. Now the next step is to use x equals to in this expression which we got as our integral. Okay, let's do that. 4 divided by minus 2. We have x to the minus 2. So can I write 2 to the 2? Because I need to use
Yeah.
x equals to, okay? Plus
Yeah.
k will come as it is. I don't know what the value of k is.
Yes.
Into 2 square by 2.
Over to.
Okay, so I'm integrating it, forget about the question. Okay, and then we put a minus sign and x equals 0.5, and again you have to write
Acha.
the same thing. Okay, so this would be 4 by minus 2 0.5 square plus k 0.5 square divided by 2. Okay, so forget about the question. Right now we
Yes.
are learning how to find a definite integral. Everything is same. There's a very small difference. First step and the initial steps are same. You had this expression, so you will integrate it in a similar way without writing the constant. Why? Because this is a definite integral. Okay, and
Okay.
these were the limits which you had. And what is the purpose of these limits? That you use x equals to, you plug in x equals to in the answer which you got after integrating, then minus sign comes, and then again x equals 0.5 is used in the same expression over here, right? So is this clear?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, all right, now let's simplify things. Okay, now we are clear with the working, right? Now let's talk about the question again. And then we will simplify accordingly. Okay, so the question was,
Um,
yes.
yeah. Are you sure this is part of our syllabus? The with the limits.
Yes, because it is a P1 exam from, AX Excel board.
Ah, okay, because I just checked my book.
Yeah, but it's not that different. You're saying it's
Yeah,
not there
yeah.
in your book?
Sorry.
You're saying it's not there in your book?
Yeah, I don't think I can see any questions for it.
But look, like, it is an Excel board and then pure maths, paper one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I don't
So,
know, maybe because it's old or probably something like that. Maybe.
no, this is a 2019 exam. It's not that old.
I don't know. I'll ask my teacher. Maybe we didn't do it.
Okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. But have you understood it? Don't think about this way that it's not part of your syllabus. Focus on understanding. Okay. Like I totally understand that if something is not in the syllabus, there's no point in doing that, but it is in your syllabus. Okay. So,
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
have you understood it?
Yes, yes, I have.
Okay. All right. So let's read the question again. B part was, hence find the value of k such that this integral, the different integral with limits, equals, I'm trying to rub this, equals 8.
Yep.
Okay. So we have simplified the left hand side, and now we need to equate it to 8 because this is what they are telling
Yes.
us in order to find the value of k, because that would uh, give us an equation. This
Okay.
equals 8. Okay, now we have to be very careful while simplifying it because things are a bit complicated. I need to cancel this and this, and I will get 2. So this will, and then again this 2 and this 2. So I will have minus 1 by 2, right? Is this what I'm going to get?
Yes, yes.
Then plus this 2, and like, we have 2 into 2, so I can cancel this, and I will have
Yeah.
2k.
Yes.
And once we are done with this, we have minus sign. Okay, now I can cancel this 2 and this 4. So I will have minus 2 in the numerator. And again, this 0.5 square will basically, this is 1 by 2 square. And this one, okay, and also we can do it on calculator. So there's no point in doing it this way. Let's just write the value as it is, because calculator is allowed in this part, so it's good that we use that. Okay, so let me just write it directly. We will have 0.5 square plus 0.5 square by
Over
2
to.
into k equals 8. Okay, so we have minus 1 by 2 plus 2k. Okay, let's just do another step. Minus, and then what is minus? Can you do it for me? What is 2 divided by 0.5 square? Just so we practice it together.
Uh, I'm not sure if this is correct though.
Okay, it's okay. This is minus, and what are you not sure about? This is minus 8. And this is 1 by 8k. Yes, what were you saying? You're not sure if it's correct?
Oh, I didn't get 1/8. I probably wait.
Yeah, do it again.
Mm,
You're still not getting
yeah,
1 by 8?
yeah, I'm not getting 1/8.
No, it should be 1 by 8. Do 0.5 square, because like now 0.5 is 1 by 2. So in the denominator we will have 2 into 2 into 2. So that should be 1 by 8. Just do carefully.
Yeah, I think I'm doing it correct. Let me send you a picture of it.
Okay. No, but look at this. I'll tell you this way as well. 0.5 is basically 1 by 2. Like, do you agree?
Yes.
Okay, so 1 by 2. So we will basically have 1 by 2 into 2 into 2. So that is 1 by 8. Okay, send me a picture. Let's see what's the issue.
Yeah, one sec. Yeah, I
No,
sent it.
yeah, okay. So you have like done for the whole expression. I'm getting 1 by 8 for this part only, right? You
Oh,
did it
okay,
for
okay.
the whole thing. And we can't
Okay.
add the whole thing because we have k here, right? We can't add
Yes,
this and this,
I
okay?
didn't see it. Yeah, okay, my bad.
Okay, no, that's okay. So we will have, and you know why I'm doing it stepwise? Because in such questions, students, make mistakes because we have fractions and we have a long, complicated. In fact, we have decimals as well. So it's better to
Yes,
break down things in steps rather than doing it at once. 1 by 8
yes.
k equals 8. Okay. Now we are in the form of making k the subject. So I have 8 here, I have 8 here. I can cancel these two 8s directly because I have positive 8 and positive 8 on both sides of the equation. Right? Can I
Yes,
do that? Okay.
yes.
And then we have 2k minus 1 by 8k. Now you can find their difference equals 1 by 2. I've taken this 1 by 2 to that side. Okay. So now we simply have to do 2 minus 1 by 8. That would
Yeah,
be
it's 15.
15 by
15 over
8k
8. Okay.
equals 1 by 2. And now k is going to be 8 by 30. So that makes it
4 over 15.
4 over 15. Yes. Okay. So have you understood this?
Yes, yes, I have now.
And this is the answer.
So
Okay.
first you'd after we'd integrate,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
We'd substitute the 2x limits and
Yes.
subtract them with each other.
Yes. And we had this limit on the top. So we do x equals 2 first, minus,
Uh,
and then this limits come after the minus sign. Because we know whenever we have minus sign, we need to be careful about the positions, right? So no, just know
yeah.
this. This is coming
Okay.
first. So this is coming first, and then this is coming um, after
Second.
minus sign, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
And then
Okay.
we were told that this integral is basically equals to 8. So
Yes.
we just calculated the integral on left hand side and we had 8 already, so just write it. And then once we got our integral, we just have to simplify and try making x the subject, try making k the subject, and we got 4 by 15.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so like, have you understood it? Any questions, anything? Okay, so this was a new thing. You can note it down. You know how to integrate a simple integral without limits. Okay, and whenever you have limits, things are very easy. And this is why they have uh, written this hence, because you use the same part again. Okay, you don't have to do all those steps again. Whatever you got for this integral, let's say you got a. Okay, you will write down a without constant because you have limits here this way, and then you use a with x equals 2 minus sign, and then a with x equals zero point 0.5, right? Okay. Yes, Mikal.
Yeah. Yeah. I said yes.
Okay. All right. So I hope that you're comfortable with this question now.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's read this then. Now, this is the fourth question. A tree was planted in the ground. Okay. Its height is h meters, was measured t years after planting. Okay. Exactly 3 years after planting, the height of the tree was 2.35 meters. Exactly 6 years after planting, the height of the tree was 3.28 meters. Okay, so imagine that there's a tree and it's growing after, certain years, and they have told you that after 3 years the height is this, and after 6 years the height is this. But let's read the question, okay?
Yes.
Using a linear model, and this is important, find an equation linking h with t. Now they want you to find an equation such that it has h on this side and t on this side, such that whenever you put a value of t, you get the height accordingly, right? So you need to make an equation. Okay, now how do you do such questions? Okay, I'll tell you. So we have been told that you need to use a linear model. Okay, this is told. So linear, okay. And do you know the general form of any linear equation?
Y is equal to mx plus c.
Yes, very good. Okay, so linear implies we will have y equals mx plus c type of a thing. Okay, but obviously in this question we will replace y and x. Okay, what is the independent quantity in this case?
The
The years,
years.
right? So we can
Yeah.
write time for that. Okay, so time is independent, and what is dependent? The height. Okay, so the only difference would be h equals m t plus c. Since they said we need to use a linear model, so we know that we will have something of this type. We need to replace y and x because y and x are in the general formula. We're not talking about something in general, we're talking about a tree which is growing after certain years. Okay, and we had to link h and t, so you have to replace h with y and t with x, right? So are you clear so far?
Yes, yes, I am.
Okay, and now whenever you have any equation, it's very, very important to find the value of constant. So you need to find the value of this m and value of this c. And how can you find these two? By using 1 and 2. So you have been told that exactly 3 years after. So at t equals 3, the height was 2.35,
Okay.
and at t equals 6, the height was 3.28. Okay, now let's just use these values. So let's use this set first. So we have h as 2.35 equals 3m plus c, and we have 3.28 equals 6m plus c. Any questions so far?
No, no, no.
Okay, so let's write it as small a and this as small b. I am just trying to, name the equations just so I can
Yeah.
refer. And can I do b minus a because I have same c, so c's would be cancelled.
Yes.
So in that case, 3.28 would be subtracted, right? So 2.35 would be subtracted from 3.28.
Yeah. Sorry.
3.28 minus 2.35 equals 6m minus 3m, and then c plus c and minus c, right? So
Yes.
these two would be cancelled. Okay. And when we have 3.28 minus 2.35. What do we get?
1.2.
0.93.
Oh,
Yeah, it's 0.93.
okay.
Okay.
Oh, do it. Yeah, okay, fine.
And this is 3m. And finally, m would be 0.31.
Yes.
Okay. So once we have our m, how can we find c?
Just substitute
Where?
into any of the equations.
Yes. Okay. So I can use a for this. 2.35 equals 3m. So m is 0.31 plus c. So this would be 2.35 minus 3 into 0.31 would be 0.93 equals c. So what c are you getting? What is the value of c which you are getting?
1.42.
Yes, it is 1.4. So this implies c would be 1.42. So this is the answer. Okay, so finally we need to, what was the question? The question was to find an equation linking h and t. This is the general form which we got. We need to use the values of m and c just so we have a proper equation. Okay, and just so whenever we use the value of t, we can easily get the corresponding height. So we had h equals mt plus c. So this is going to give us h equals 0.31 t plus 1.42. Okay, so any questions so far? Anything that you have not understood? No, yes. You have understood it. I'm not able to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, I've understood everything.
Okay. Let's talk about the second part. Okay. Now, in such type of questions, whenever they will ask you to model something like to make up an equation, there would be some limitations. Okay, let's read the second part now. Explain whether or not, okay, it's from here. The height of the tree was approximately 140 centimeters when it was planted. Explain whether or not this fact supports the use of the linear model in part A. Okay, so what they are saying, the height of the tree was approximately 140 centimeters. Okay, the very first thing is that since we are dealing with meters, we have been using the values in meters, so we will simply first convert 140 centimeters to 1.40 meters. And this line, which is saying when it was planted, means that if this is the height, then what would be t? 0, because
Yes.
this is the initial value, right? Okay. So, what is the question? Explain whether or not this fact supports the use of the linear model in part A or not. Now, whatever equation we got, we need to use t equals 0 in that and see if we are getting h equals 1.4 or not, right? Is this what we should do?
Yes.
Because only then we would be able to understand if this fact is supported by our equation or not. Okay, so we need to use t equals 0. Okay, this is what we have. Using t equals 0, we get h equals 1.42, which is approximately 1.40. Okay, so the fact that these values are very close, and we can say that 1.42 is approximately 1.40. So yes, this fact is supported by the equation which we made in part A, right?
Yes, yes, it is.
Okay, are you clear with this part?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, yes.
Okay, all right. Now, like I have this habit of asking again and again, so don't mind that. Okay. Now we have the fifth question. Okay. Let's just zoom in a bit just so it's more readable. Okay. A curve has equation this y equals 3x square plus 24x plus 2. Find in simplest form dy by dx. Okay. So you have to differentiate this equation. Do you know how to differentiate?
Yeah.
Okay. So dy by dx is going to be, so we have 3x square. Okay, first step is to write it in a simple way, okay? Just so we are very clear with the steps and all that. 3x square
-1.
plus
24 to the power of x 1.
24x to the minus 1. Very good. Plus 2, okay? And now we can differentiate that. Dy by dx is, okay, this power will come here. So 2 into 3x
Yeah.
plus, again, this power will come here. So we will have minus 1
Minus
into 24 x to the minus 1 would be minus 2. And what is the derivative of 2?
0.
Very good. Okay. So finally, we have dy by dx equals 6x minus 24 x to the minus 2. Okay. The second part is, hence find the range of values of x for which the curve is increasing. Okay, again we have hence, which is telling us that we need to use first part. But even if we did not have this hence, we should know whenever the question is about increasing or decreasing, we should refer to the derivative, because if we talk about a graph, whenever the slope is positive, we should know that this would be the type of curve which we are going to have, right? This is the axis, even if it's a straight line. So, but it would be increasing, okay? It would be increasing. It is going upward. It is going upward. This is also going upward, and all these are going upward, okay? So, whenever m is positive, it is going upward. And whenever we have m equals negative, that is, slope is negative, this implies that our curve or straight line is coming downwards, like this one, like this one, like this one, okay? All these are coming downwards. So, are you familiar with this concept?
Yes.
Okay. So this means that what is m? An upgraded version of m is dy by dx. So dy by dx is greater than 0 for increasing curves, right? Dy by dx is greater than 0 for increasing curves. So we need to use this in order to find range of values of x, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, okay. So for the second part, we have to use dy by dx greater than 0, since or as the curve is increasing. So let's write down the value of dy by dx. It is 6x minus 24 by x square. I have taken this from numerator to denominator, greater than 0. Okay, now let's simplify it. So I can take LCM and I will get, I can take LCM, I will have x square. Here I have 1. So 1 into x square will give me x square here. So I need to multiply x square with numerator as well. So this would be 6x cube, right, Nikal? Minus 24 greater than 0. Now I can take this x square to the side and I will have 6x cube greater than 24. X cube would be greater than 24 by 6 is 4, right? And x would be, now in order to get rid of this cube, I need to take cube root on both sides. So this would be x is greater than 4 cube root, right? So this is the answer. Yeah. So have you understood this question?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So anything which you would like to ask from all the questions which we have done? Any doubts?
No.
Anything which you have not understood?
No.
Are you clear with this integral concept as well?
Yes.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
Okay, so we are done for today. Okay, so you're clear with every question, right? We have done all these
Yes.
questions. Okay. All right. So I'll stop the recording, then we can discuss.